Well, there she goes. Off to a good home. Well, welcome to Memphis Monday 274. I'm calling this this week boat something something something. You saw the intro probably if I did an intro, and you know more about this than I do right now. The story is that back about Memphis Monday 150, 151, and 152, we did a lot of work on the boat. We completely reworked it, and I put it outside and put a tarp over it, and it's set now outside for about 2 years. At one point it filled up with water, and it was filled with water for about, I don't know, it could have been a year, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not a boater. I just built that boat as a project, and I need to sell it or give it away or something, but just sell it and sit there, and after all the work we put into it, I hate to have it go unused. But so it's going to be a something, something, something. It's going to be pretty interesting. So let's knock off the chit chat and try to discover the scope of our work. This cover hadn't been watertight in about a year. It's just frightening to think about what that boat's going to look like when I get this off. I put all this junk up on top of it to keep the water from pooling up. It didn't work. When I laid the boat up, I built this little rig to kind of hold up the tarp. I didn't make a video about it because it was such a lash up that I was embarrassed about it. And lash ups are fine, but except this lash up didn't even work. I paid $350 for this cover. It's had water pooling in it now for 6 months. Water got, it's probably about half filled this boat. What I got to check now is, I'm almost sure water got in the carburetor, and I'll have to rebuild the carburetor. Well, maybe not. Try to put a charge on this battery. There's a new battery when I put it in here, but you can't hardly let a battery sit out like this for 2 years. No charge on it. Well, the battery seems to be charging. That's good. And this is a trolling motor. It was submerged for I don't know how long, and it's working. The battery's taking a charge. I say the battery's taking a charge. So what I'm going to do is hook the battery up and And then I can see if this thing's going to turn over, because I don't know if the engine's locked up or frozen up. I don't know what's wrong with it. I haven't been able to get the battery to turn it over. I'm going to try and see if it's seized up with this hand crank here. It turns over. Maybe it's just a bad battery. I got this new battery here. Let's hook this new battery up and see if that'll do anything. These things here are marine adapters. Marine engines usually have these kind of connectors. So you buy these special posts that have these adapters on them. A new battery must have did the trick, because it now turns over. Let me show you how you start this thing. I think this is the ignition. This is the fuel pump. I don't know what this is, but I'm turning it on. So it turns over. So now what I gotta do is take this plate off here and check and see if I got water in my oil. This motor and transmission are built into a single unit, and they use a common sump for the oil. So take this back plate off. This is 13 mil, half-inch. You can see right down into the transmission, and it's also continuous with the crankcase oil. What I'm doing is I'm pumping this oil out. There's our oil. I don't see any dirt or water in it. Well, I'll put some more oil in it, and we'll be on a roll. I checked this wiring. This switch doesn't go to anything. This is the fuel pump, and that's the ignition. Well, I think there's something wrong with my gas tank. I can't get fuel pumps coming on, but no gas is feeding up to my carburetor. And I can't even use the little pump ball to fill the line up. And there's something rattling around in this tank. Shouldn't be anything rattling around. Look at there. That's the float. Tells you how much gas you got. There's no gas pickup. See? Isn't that interesting? I should be a mechanic. Well, here's that piece. And what's happened is that this plastic has been eaten up by the ethanol in the gasoline. See? This flexible tubing. I need to find some more tube this size. And we look in the hoard. This is one of the beauties of building a boat yourself. And, you know, overhaul the engine and everything else. You become so familiar with it that any sound it makes, you can really pick up on it. I just heard this rattling sound and just knew immediately that something was amiss. Well, I found this other tubing. I don't know if it's suitable. It seemed a little hard. But it hasn't got brittle on me yet. I moved away from the gasoline. I don't have a heat gun like I should have. So I'm just gonna hit it with this acetylene torch. Well, there's my new pickup line. Problems with it because it's kind of bent. Okay, I put her back in there. Forgot to film it. I'll get some gas and we'll try this again. Okay, I put some fresh gas in it. Let's see if this thing, the priming pump works now. Well, so far it doesn't. There it goes. Got gas in the filter. Let's give this heifer a try. That thing ran so well that I'm going to climb under it here and hook some water up to it so we can run it longer. Okay, I got the water hooked up. Fuel pump on, ignition on, start. right there is the puts it in gear. Well, now I got to think about it. I was going to sell it or give it away because I thought it was flooded out and ruined, but it started on the first crank and it runs as good as it ever did. I'm going to think on it overnight, try to decide what to do. Here's our free boat ad on Craigslist. Okay, you just saw the Craigslist deal. I don't know, did I already show you what went with the boat? Yeah, I think I did. But anyway, what I'll do is I'm going to keep the camera set up, and if I get any calls, I'll turn the camera on, and you can listen in on the call. Well, I decided to give it away, or pay it forward, as they say. Here's all the stuff that goes with it. Those are all spare engine parts and stuff. It's got a trolling motor. I don't think it's ever been used. A radio, fish finder. And then here's all the here's all the documentation, the registration, the title. Here's the plans that I used to build it. I also have a service manual for the motor, repair manual for the motor. So I got all this documentation, including receipts and all kinds of stuff. Well, I got 4 calls so far. The guy said he's coming by. I told him I couldn't hold it for him, and I got another guy said he really wants it. I told him I'd call him back if this other guy doesn't show up. What I'm doing is I'm kind of putting these covers back on. This job is I'm actually coming out here and just doing what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So
that'd be awesome. I wish I could have a job like that. Come out here and do whatever I want.
So this trolling motor's basically brand new. It got wet in the boat out there. Here's all your registration and paperwork. You're not allowed to sell a boat in South Carolina unless you have a title, and that one's fully titled.
When you got these plans, that's what you went off to build it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the plans I used to build the boat.
Really?
Wherever they are.
I think was it in this one right here?
Yeah, right here.
Right there. So you just went down and got these, and then you built it,
Yep.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it's only 6'1" and 6'11".
Yeah.
To the furthest point, huh?
The width of it. Then the length is.
Wow. 16'4.5".
Yep.
Wow.
Here's a trolling motor operator's manual. Might need that. This is the manual for the radio. Goes with it. And this is,
I like the thing you're steering. Is that pretty neat? He said, "There you go." That's so neat the way that thing just right in there, huh?
yep. Okay, this is, what is this?
It's a nail gun.
That's a nail gun. You don't get a nail gun. Okay, so this is a bunch of spare parts. This is spare wiring. It's all wired by me. It's not fused. Nothing's fused. That'd be probably one of the things that you want to fix.
To put a fusible link in it.
Well, or just put some kind of a fuse rack in there and run your wires through it.
I got you.
Because right now it just goes, it's real. That's one of the beauties of this whole boat.
So simple.
It's simple. I mean, that is like a Model A engine, except I put electronic ignition in it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a starter or something. Yeah, this is a starter. It's none. There's nothing wrong with the starter you got, but this just comes with it.
That is just so neat. I tell you what, that is.
This is a seat.
No more wood seat.
This is an extra exhaust hose. These are tie downs, which I never used to hold the boat down to the thing. But the thing's so heavy, it doesn't move.
How much does it weigh?
The motor itself is 350 pounds,
Wow.
and the boat's probably 1,000, so it's pretty heavy.
Wow.
This is a crank. Well, you saw you don't need a crank.
If not yet, that would start it?
I use this, this, if you get out there and some craps out on your ignition system or your battery or something,
No, really.
yeah. You got extra one of these. We got all kinds of extra parts here. Okay. Oh crap, my sound. Well, it sounds working now.
Is it?
I mean, it's just coming. The sound's coming through the camera part. Okay, my guys are unloading it, or loading her up. I gave them a long, boring speech on how it works.
A long one. I hope I remember. I got worse than old timers.
You?
This thing's gonna fall straight down. You gotta come down one.
We'll go down one. It's all the way down. It's all the way down.
Uh-oh. Now what? You gonna pick this thing up?
Yeah. Ready?
I can't drop it now. Dude, you just got something on my foot, I'm gonna kill you.
Back it up. Back it
I'm
up.
giving them.
Oh, you got it now? Thanks.
I'm giving them my Memphis Applegate
I'm gonna kill you.
channel name, so that they can watch the videos of the boat being built.
I hope you got that on video because I'm about to kill him.
Easy. Ho! Come back and have more. Oh, right there. Good.
I hope you got that on video because I'm about to kill him.
You ready? All right, come on out here. It's good.
What happened?
Oh, no, it wouldn't go down too far. We got to pick it up and then drop it.
Oh, not far.
Oh man! Let me get on the back.
Ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I gotta look that up.
That's the name of the channel. Memphis Applegate. That's my real name.
Okay.
That's the channel name. And you'll see I have like 300 videos.
Really? Of things that you do?
When I did this, when I put in this floor and that box and all that Memphis Monday 150, 151.
Really? So you documented everything you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there she goes. Off to a good home. Well, that does it for another Memphis Monday. Memphis Monday 274. We pretty epic. We got that boat running again, changed the oil, got a new battery. We gathered all the stuff together and we gave it, we've paid it forward to some young fellows. So I think overall we did okay. The phone's still ringing. So that free boat ad must have about 30 calls. I need to go in there and turn off the ad now. All right, so like, favorite, share, and all the stuff you do on the internet. But most important, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.